Hello student, we are from Devi Mahalakshmi Polytechnic Titwana, Department of Computer Engineering and Information Technology, Semester 5th, Subject Operating System. Myself Miss Anita Shirture. Now I am going to teach you the remaining topic of chapter number 6, File Management. The topic is Access Method. In previous lecture, we taught about the access method. Then, in the access method, the file stores information. File is a collection of information, and file stores information when it uses this information must be accessed and read into the computer memory. There are several ways that the information in the file can be accessed. An access method describes the manner and mechanism by which a process accesses the data or the informations in a file. Some systems provide only one access method for files, while other systems, such as those of IBM, support many access methods, and choosing the right one for a particular application is a major design problem. Then, the access method is divided into serial file. The least complicated form of file organizations is the serial file or PIL. Data are collected in the order in which they arrive. The purpose of this file is simply accumulating the mass of data and save it. Records may have different fields or similar fields in a different orders. Thus, each field should be self-describing, including a field name as well as value. So, the serial numbers, the figure show the variable length, records, variable set of fields, and chronological orders are there. The advantages of a serial file is advantages of a serial file. The first is simple organization. Second is data usually stored prior to processing. Number third, disadvantages is less complexity and good efficiency for variable size record. And number four, utilize space very well for varying data structure. Some disadvantages of a serial file is the first is because there is no structure to these files records access is very difficult and requires the more searching times. Because in this serial file this one by one are added there, so is required the more searching time and the records are not arranged in a proper manners. So it is the disadvantages of serial file. Now next is the sequential file access. The simplest access method is a sequential access. Information in the file is processed in an order, one record after the other. The bulk of the operations on a file are reads and writes. The read and write operations on the sequential files are done in a sequential order. Read operations reads the next portions of the file and automatically advance a file pointer which tracks the input-output location. Similarly, a write appends to the end of the file and advance to the end of the newly written material. Such a file can be reset to the beginning and some systems or programs may be able to skip forward or the backward end records for some integer n. Figure shows the sequential access file is there, beginning and ending there, and the current positions are the middle. So rewind, read or writes are there. In this type of file, the fixed format is used for the records. All records are of the same length consisting of the same number of fixed length fields in a particular order. One particular field, usually the first field in each record, is referred to as the key field. The key field uniquely identifies the record. And so, the fixed length records are there, the fixed set of fields in the fixed order, the sequential order based on the key field. Such as the students' records are recorded in the one of the file. This file is the Excel file. So in this, the roll number, name and marks are there. So roll numbers are arranged in a proper way. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are arranged in a sequential way, the fixed order. Then advantages of a sequential file. Then first is easy to access the next record. Second is the data organization is very simple. Third is the absence of the data structure. And fourth is they are easily stored on tapes as well as disks. And fifth is automatic backup copy is created. The disadvantages of sequential file. Wastage of memory space because of master file and transaction files are there. For interactive applications that involve the queries and or updates of individual records, the sequential file provides poor performance. It is more time consuming since reading, writing and searching always start from the beginning of a file. So sequential files are typically used in a batch application where they are involved in the processing of all the records such as payroll, billings, etc. Then next is the index sequential file. An index sequential file is a sequential file in which the records are indexed. An indexed sequential file is an improvement over a sequential file. Two features are added in this file, namely an index to the file to support random access and an overflow file. An index provides a lookup capability to reach quickly the vicinity of a desired required while the overflow file is similar to the log file used with a sequential file but is integrated so that a record in the overflow file is located by the following a pointer from its predecessor record. Indexing of records provides the facility of searching the records randomly. An index file is a simple sequential file that contains an index as its record. The entries in an index files are made up of two fields, the key fields which is the same as that, the key field in the main file and a pointer pointing to some records in the main file. So, the figure shows the index sequential files are there, the main files and the overflow files are there and the indexes are there. So, the index provides a lookup capability to reach quickly the vicinity of a desired record, while the overflow file is similar to the log file used with a sequential file but is integrated so that the records in the overflow file is located by the following a pointer from the record. Indexing of a records provides the facility of searching the records randomly and to find a specific field in the main file. The index is searched for the highest key value which is equivalent to the desired value. Then the pointer related to the key field starts searching the records of at location it indicates. The search continues in the main file at the location indicated by the pointer. Then the advantages and disadvantages of the index sequential files. The first advantages is the variable length records are allowed. Index sequential file may be updated in sequential or random mode. Number third is the very fast operation. Disadvantages of a index sequential files are there are the three disadvantages of a sequential file. The first is the major disadvantages of the index sequential file is that as the file grows, the performance deteriorates rapidly because of overflows, and consequently there arises the need for periodic reorganization. Number second disadvantages is when a new record is added to the main file, all of the index file must update it. And third is they consume large memory space for maintaining index file. Then next is the direct access method. I want to say something about the index file access. Both the sequential and the index sequential file searches the records on the basis of a key fields. Okay, when the index is created, it's created as the base on the key fields, and if the searching is required on the basis of other attributes, that is based on the some criteria such as the value in any field, then both these files become inadequate. The third form of file organization scheme that supports these features is known as the index file. In index file access method, multiple indexes are maintained, one for each field of a record. Records are searched only through these indexes. Whatever may be in the field, its pointer should exist in the related index for searching. Index files are used mostly in application where timelines of information is critical and where the data rarely proceed in the exhaustively. So the next is the data access methods. So next is the direct access methods are there. Direct access methods is known as the direct file access. Another method is the direct access. This is also known as the relative access method. A file is made up of the fixed length logical records that allows programs to read and write records rapidly in no particular order. The direct file or hash file exploit the capability found on a disk to access directly any block of a known address. The direct files are often used where very rapid access is required, where fixed length records are used, and where records are always accessed one at a time. Examples are directories, pricing tables, schedules, and name lists are there. In direct file access, records are accessed directly by the physical addresses of the location at which the records are stored in the disk. And thus we may read a block 14 and the block 0, block 2 and block number of blocks are there. And these blocks are maintain the informations regarding our file. So the key field for searching is required here as well, similar to the sequential file, but the concept of ordering records sequentially is not needed here. Records in direct files are of fixed length and are accessed one at a time. The direct access method is based on a disk models of a file. Since disks allow random access to any file blocks, the block is generally a fixed length quantity defined by an operating system. A block may be 12 bytes long, 1024 bytes long, or some other length depending upon the system. A direct access file allows the arbitrary blocks to be read or written. Thus, we may read block 14, then read block 50, and then write block 7. So, the advantages of direct file access. The first is, using this method, we can access any records randomly. It gives fastest retrieval of records. Some of the disadvantages. First is wastage of storage space if hashing algorithms is not chosen properly. And then second, this method is complex and expensive. Then concept of hashing. The basic idea of hash addressing is that each record is placed in the database at a location whose address SRA, the stored record address, may be computed as a sum functions called as the hash function of a value, usually the primary key. Thus, to store the record, initially the system computes SRA. SRA, that means the stored record addresses, and instruct the access method to place the occurrence at the positions, and to retrieve the occurrence, the DBMS performs the same computations as before, and then requests the access method to fetch the occurrence at the computed positions. So, the figure show the bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3, bucket 4 is there, and here the index file are there. Then we will take a simple hashing functions is the h of k is equal to k mods s, where h of k produces an address and h is a hash function. The hash function that maps the key value k to the value h of k, and k is the numeric representations of the key. So, the SRA is divided is equal to is the serial number mod is the 13. The SRA, that means the stored records address, is the remainder of the above operational example. It would be theoretically possible is to use an identity hash function to use the primary key value for any given occurrence directly as the SRA for that occurrence. Then advantages of hashings. This method provides the very fast direct accessing any records on the basis of the values of the hash field. Then block address is known by hash functions. Updating or deleting a record is also very quick. Then disadvantages of hashing is the sequence of stored record occurrence will almost certainly not be the primary key sequence, and the memory is not efficiently used. Now, next is the swapping. Swapping is a mechanism in which a process can be swapped temporarily out of main memory to secondary storage. Everyone knows about the swapping. Swapping, that means the moving from one to another. So, then and make that the memory available to other processes. At some later time, the system swap back the process from the secondary storage to main memory. The resident monitor memory management schemes may seem of little use since it appears to be inherently single user. These systems use a resident monitor with the remainder of memory available to the currently executing user. When they switch to the next user, the current contents of a user memory were written out to the backing store, and the memory of the next user was written, and this scheme is called as the swapping. So, there are the two techniques are used there, the backing store and roll out and roll in. And another is the secondary storage management. The backing stores is swapping requires a backing store. The backing store is commonly a fast drum or disk. It must be large enough to accommodate copies of all memory images for all users and must provide direct access to these memory images. All memory images are on the backing stores and which are ready to run. Whenever CPU scheduler decides to execute a process, it calls the dispatcher. The dispatcher checks to see whether that process is in memory. If not, it swaps out process currently in memory and swaps in the desired process. And roll out roll in is the swapping variant used for the priority based the scheduling algorithm. Lower priority process is the swap out, so higher priority process can be loaded and executed are there. The major part of swap times is transfer time. The total transfer time is directly proportional to that amount of memory swap. And next is the secondary storage management. The systems have several levels of storage, including primary storage, secondary storage, and cache storage. Instructions and data must be placed in the primary storage or cache to be referenced by a running program. Because main memory is too small to accommodate all data and programs, and data are lost when power is lost. The computer system must provide secondary storage to back up main memory. Secondary storage consists of tapes, disks, and other media designed to hold information that will eventually be accessed in primary storage. It is ordinarily divided into bytes or words consisting of a fixed number of bytes. Each location in a storage has an address. The set of all addresses available to programs is called as an address space. The figure shows the swapping to users. Two users are given here, and the drum or the disks are here as a backing store. They swap out and swap in. When they switch to the next user, the current contents of a user memory were written out to a backing store, and the memory of the next user was read in. And this scheme is called as the swapping. Thank you.